Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 23rd through the 28th. We're going to connect here, see what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Or is it the 29th? I'll double check. But it's the last week of September, really. We're going to see what's coming up for you in the week ahead. We're going to use this tarot deck here for that. We're going to use this tarot deck here to see what you're going to be manifesting in the new moon energy. There's a new moon in Libra. And for those of you who don't know, the new moon is an excellent time to manifest new things. And affirmations are an amazing tool to help us manifest. So what better time to use that deck than this week? We're going to see what comes up. Stick around for your affirmation at the end. We're going to see what's coming up for our lovely Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising friends. Here is your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings. Alrighty. Oop. Cards almost flew off the table there. Monday, Tuesday, Sagittarius, you have Ace of Swords. How lovely is this? What a confirmation. So, for those of you who are not aware, the new moon is happening in Libra, and Libra is all about thoughts. Libra is all about that intellectual energy. How very appropriate that Ace of Swords is heading off your week coming into the new moon in Libra, because Ace of Swords is about thoughts, ideas, clearing mental blocks, clearing limited beliefs, really getting a fresh kind of viewpoint on a situation. So Sagittarius, I have said many times in my previous videos, I am not an astrologer. I am not an expert in astrology in many, but I'm not by any means. And I always encourage you all with your knowledge of astrology to feel free to share, your breakdown of the energy in the comments. It's not my forte. I read the energies, I read the cards and what's coming up, but I cannot break down and tell you, okay, well, this planet is here, so it's going to affect that sign in that way. But from what I have read, the new moon in Libra for Sagittarius is causing you guys to analyze your circle of friends. It's causing you to analyze, your group of people, and you are going to see who's going to stay, who's going to go. This has been an ongoing theme for a lot of the signs, on and off. I want to say since the end of spring coming into summer. So Sagittarius, you have it coming up, and I'm sure it's come up for you in the past, but it's coming up again here now in this new moon. Keep in mind that we're not in a full moon. We're not in a full moon. So what's different this time is you're not necessarily just releasing. You're going to manifest the replacements for the people you're letting go of. And that's the hardest thing sometimes, right? People are like, okay, I can let go, but what do I do in the meantime? It's just like crickets and tumbleweeds. So I feel like this is a time where you're not going to have the crickets and tumbleweeds. I feel like you're going to manifest in the very near future the new people coming in who are going to be higher vibrational, who are going to be maybe more loyal, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Okay? So any limited beliefs you had about yourself are getting cleared out. Don't be surprised if in the beginning of the week, Sagittarius, you start having these epiphanies and you're like, wow, I'm being really mean to myself right now. Or wow, that was a very negative thing to say to myself. Don't be surprised if you're catching yourself saying things, or like your inner dialogue. If you're catching things that you're like, wow, where's this negativity coming from? Why is it like this all of a sudden? It's not like this all of a sudden, my darling. That record's been playing in your head for years. You're just waking up to it. And so I feel there's like a mental clearing that you're just naturally doing on your own, that you're catching yourself and you're saying, oh, no. Like, I'm not going to speak to myself in this way. Or I don't believe that about myself anymore. Or I don't believe that about people anymore. You might catch yourself thinking very negative things about people. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, maybe some people have been that way, but not everyone on this planet is that way. So whatever beliefs were just kind of on auto pilots, you know, just kind of circling around in your head that have been blocking you from manifesting the replacements. All that's getting cleared out. That's what I feel like Ace of Swords is telling us in the beginning of the week for you, Sagittarius. Your Wednesday, Thursday card here, and this is our Stalker card. This card is coming up for a lot of the signs, my lovelies. This is Seven of Wands. So I do feel that what is happening, and this always happens, honey. This always happens. I am going to go into my Facebook page and find a cord cutting that I posted on my Instagram like last Christmas. Was it the Christmas we just had or the Christmas before? It was 2 Christmases ago. Not this past Christmas, the Christmas before. I posted a cord cutting because it was like my end of the year. Like I wanted to do like a cleansing thing. I will find the link and I will post it I will pin it in the comments of your video, Sagittarius, because you're going to need to do cord cutting in the middle of the week. This card came up for a lot of the other signs, but you guys are the only ones that I'm feeling it in this way. For the other ones, I felt it in a way where they were being pulled into drama, or they were having people that were like trying to make them doubt themselves or feel insecure. I don't feel that with you, Sagittarius. Probably because anybody that tried to do that to you who knows what would be coming if they did, right? They're not doing that to you. But I do feel like what's happening is anytime we begin to break away from a person energetically, especially if it's somebody who's been mooching off of our energy, it's like they immediately feel it. And all of a sudden, they're like reaching out to us. And so some of you are like, man, like this person is not taking a hint. This person can't seem to catch a clue that every time they want to hang out, I'm busy, or, you know, I don't ever really call them back, or if I text them, I'm really brief, I'm really short, I say I gotta go, or I don't answer, and they just keep trying. So some of you maybe thought that you were able to finally shake somebody off. Don't be surprised if midweek people start coming out of the woodwork. Don't be surprised. Because you're really about to make this massive ascension, this massive shift, and they're going to lose your energy pretty much permanently in this lifetime. And so there's this desperate attempt to try to latch on and to keep you from ascending to that higher energy, because otherwise they can't access you after that. So the cord cutting I'm putting in there is going to be for you to be able to cut cords with anyone whom you already know. You are ready to move on past from. And it could be friends, it could be family, it could be ex, you know, it could be a current person you're trying to break up with, whatever the case may be. So you can go ahead and do a cord cutting. And then what you're going to have happen, my darlings, is, you know, you may have the person come back after the cord cutting or contact you after the cord cutting, but it's going to allow you, like the energy is shifting. So like now it's like to get the closure, you know, to just be able to go your separate ways. So I'll have the link to that in the description of this video. But I do feel, you know, don't be surprised, Sagittarius, if they're coming out of the woodwork to try to be near you. But you know, it's just you're ready to move on to better things. I also feel with this card, Sagittarius, some of you are having to defend recent decisions that you have made. And I feel some of it is financial. Okay, I don't want to scare you, but somebody might be questioning, like if you had put in some kind of like application to purchase property or purchase something or rent, or if you had put in an application for some kind of a loan, or if you're somebody and you do like self-employment and you file your own taxes. You might have, or you could have an accountant, but maybe you're self-employed and so you've got to pay taxes. You might have like a phone call or a contact or something where you're being questioned about what was submitted, because I'm getting a sense or a feeling of like forms and like looking over the forms or looking over information, numbers, figures, and things like being highlighted as like not clear. I feel like what's being said here is that you are going to be able to clarify what they don't understand. You're going to be able to clear it up. but don't be surprised if that happens, if you're having to defend or explain certain things that were submitted, okay? But Seven of Wands says that if you come forward and if you defend your belief or defend whatever it is, you will prevail. Okay, so I don't feel you did anything wrong. I just feel there might be like a double checking or like trying to clarify. So also, if you're in the process of trying to finalize some kind of a deal, there might be some kind of a delay midweek. Understand this and know this. Very, very specific message. Very odd that it came up, but I always find that those are the messages that seem to really resonate with a specific person or a couple of people that really, like, they really needed to hear it. So if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. These are general readings. They may resonate, they may not, and they may not resonate 100%. So be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because you're going to have some more information coming in through there. So sure enough, here's Nine of Swords. Doesn't surprise me. You know, you've got all these changes that are happening, all these shifts that are happening. Some of you are in a situation where there's people that you can't seem to shake, or you're having to defend some legal forms or things that you submitted. But Nine of Swords is letting us know that you might be feeling that anxiety. You might be feeling that anxiety, and this is the time to release that to the higher power. Now, this is coming up around the new moon, so this isn't necessarily a full moon for you to release. So I'm going to tell you what I feel like is happening here. Sagittarius, you are going through a very, very interesting little mind, you know what, okay? Like you're doing it to yourself. When we get close to the new moon, we get very, inspired to make changes, to call in new energy, and we don't always realize it. But in this new moon, you're feeling it, Sagittarius. And a lot of you know your life is about to change in a really big way, and you're having anxiety about it. And it's more than just the negative ego, because negative ego came up for a lot of the different signs for this week. It's different for you, Sagittarius. This isn't your negative ego, okay? This is your fear of success. Because a lot of you, and this has been coming up for a lot of your readings, my darlings. It's been coming up for a lot of your readings. And it's like Spirit is saying it again. So Spirit is saying, you guys are not hearing me, Sagittarius. You are not listening. And when I say me, I don't mean me. I mean Spirit. I'm saying what Spirit is saying. Because I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. You're like, I don't know who you are, Amethyst. But Spirit's coming in, and Spirit is saying, you guys are not hearing what Spirit is saying to you. Some of you, anyway. You Sagittarius, you guys are fun. People like being around you. But you have accumulated, many of you Sagittarius who are watching, you've accumulated many kind of labels. People have put you in like a box. They've kind of like put you in a little like category, right? You've been classified, but you've been classified inappropriately. And a lot of that classification over the years as a survival mechanism, you encouraged it, or you put on that face. You're like, oh, this is who people want me to be. If I'm this Sagittarius, then people are gonna like me, people are gonna accept me, people are gonna find me interesting, or it's gonna be good for my career, or whatever it is, right? So you found out what people responded to, and you wanted that approval, and it served you well. It gave you a sense of acceptance, love, money, whatever. Maybe even, romantic partners, sex, whatever it was you were going after, you were receiving it. It was a sweet deal for you for a very long time. But now you're coming into the authenticity, and now you're about to manifest what was truly meant for you. And this is requiring you to be real on a level that is awakening your anxiety, because now it's like you're really naked. You're really naked, you're really exposed, and it's a little terrifying. And so you have this fear of being seen, you have this fear of being successful. A lot of it can come from past lives. Maybe in past lives, you were in a position of power, or you had wealth, or you had good things, and it made you feel like you were a target and people came after you. So there's this fear, like the more I gain, the more I have to lose. or the more that I'm being me, the more I'm vulnerable if people say stuff about me. Because if people said stuff about you before, it was kind of like on the down low secret okay, because you knew you weren't really that person. But now you're coming forward as who you really are. And that is scaring a lot of you, to be really seen, right? You might not be seen as a shy person. You might not be seen as someone who shies away from attention. But now that it's getting real, now that you're going to be who you really are, you know, it's kind of scary. And I do feel, Sagittarius, some of you may have some kind of a tower moment where any kind of alter ego or any kind of, like, you know, edited version of yourself you've been putting forward is going to be taken away. You're not going to be able to do it anymore. If you don't start embracing that authenticity, something will happen where some kind of a cover is blown, or you're put in a situation where it's just simply not going to work anymore, or the interest starts fading, and you're going to have to start being who you really are. Okay? Because that's when the real success is going to come in. That's when the real tribe is going to come in, the real friends, the real success, the real, you know, purpose. And that can be very scary. That can bring anxiety. So because you guys intuitively feel this is coming, you may be having anxiety for that reason. We're going to go ahead and see what your affirmation card is. And guys, be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks those may resonate with you more, especially with this week with the affirmation. Maybe you like the affirmation for your moon sign or rising sign better. Or maybe you want to do more than one affirmation, you know. I would just recommend that you do them one at a time. Like, you know, I would say maybe do the affirmation in through to the full moon. And then maybe the next new moon do the other one. But, you know, you can do it however you want to do it. Live your life. Do your thing. So you have Page of Fire. I love Page of Fire. And it's really awesome that it came up for you, Sagittarius, because you all obviously are a fire sign, right? So Page of Fire it can be a new endeavor. It could also be this new identity, right? This new budding, which actually it's not really new. It's been underneath there all this time. You've been covering it. But it's coming out. It's coming out. It's to be seen. And so there could be new endeavors, new things that you're manifesting. Page of Fire is also a very fun, mischievous kind of character. So some of you might be manifesting some of that. And those of you who watch my readings, you may have heard me say Page of Fire for me is like the second adolescence card. It's the card that comes up when you're in the energy of like the world is new again and you're filled with inspiration and like you're finding yourself and you're finding your independence. Think about the positive times of being a teenager, because God knows there's some negative ones, right? I mean, I was Miss Emo back in the day. Maybe some of you were with me. But you know, there's also very high periods of being a teenager. And I don't mean high in that way, guys. You know what I mean? But there's also moments when you feel very confident and it's like you start getting a taste of freedom and you're feeling all grown up and you're figuring out who you are and you've got all these dreams and plans and you're not really like scathed by the world just yet to where you think that something's not going to work out. Like you think that you can go and grab the world by the tail and put it in your pocket, you know? And so Page of Fire for me is you're coming into that energy again. Before the disappointments, before the rejections, before the traumas or whatever may have happened that have caused you to form this character or go into a shell or go into hiding, all of that is going to be undone and you're coming back into the authentic self. And so I feel that's what you're manifesting is the authentic self, the authentic friends, the authentic opportunities. If you don't know how to do the affirmation, I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud to you. You're going to write it down. You're going to say it. I recommend to do it this way. Read it the first thing in the morning when you wake up and the last thing at night before you go to bed, so you can really kind of set it there in the brain, okay? Also, my darlings, I like to make it my own. I like to light my candle. I like to light my incense. I like to have my little ceremony. And that might resonate with you. And if that resonates with you, then please, please, my darlings, 100% do it. Make sure that you do it. If it doesn't resonate with you, then just, do it in a way that resonates with you. If you're just only comfortable reading it out loud, then that's fine too. So Page of Fire, let's go to that page. I'm going to read it out loud for you guys, and you guys can write this down and practice this. Okay, here we are, Page of Fire. So the explanation for this card by the creator of the deck is enthusiastic action, adventurousness, venturing forth, beginning a project, acting on a new idea. So this is what you're manifesting in the new moon, my darlings. So your affirmation is this: I am free to venture forth, for co-creating a life true to my desire is my right. I am finding my purpose as I take the first step into something new. My ideas have value. I dream boldly. So here it is, in case you want to take a screenshot of it and write it down, or just keep the screenshot on your phone and look at it and read it in that way, you know. But I'm going to say this, Sagittarius, if you have it on your phone, when I say first thing in the morning and last thing at night, that means you're not checking your notifications before or after. You're not checking your texts. You're not paying attention to your Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat notifications. First thing, last thing means first thing and last thing, okay? Be sure to watch the moon and rising, as I said. I know I didn't focus on love. I don't focus on love in the weekly forecasts. I want you to focus on you guys during the week, but I do the love reading separately. So if you click on the link in the description, it will take you to the videos for love. September love videos are up. October love videos are up. CROSSWATCHERS will be up soon. Those of you who would like a private reading, you know I love reading for you. There's just unfortunately a glitch with Calendly at this time. You can go on to Calendly to schedule, but they're not able to communicate with PayPal for some reason at this time. There's technical issues, so it can't charge you like it used to. So you can go ahead and schedule your day and time so that nobody else has that day and time. You can pick the reading that you want, but then you have to go into PayPal and PayPal me separately for the reading. So all the prices are there. So depending on what reading you pick, go ahead and PayPal that amount to me at amethystangellight@gmail.com before your scheduled reading day and time. Okay, my darlings? So I'm looking forward to reading for those of you who would like a reading. I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a fabulous week, Sagittarius. Take care.